All right, welcome to the part 4 of this project. So in this tutorial, we'll be setting up the user's account where user can log into the home page, user can register. So we'll be using the Django simple user login functionality. So to do that, we'll stop the server from running. Then we'll just create an app, call it account. So say pi manage.py start app, then we'll call it account. So the app has been created. Let me just close all this. So we already have the account app here. So whenever you create a new app, always register it in the settings.py. So you come to the installed app, which is here, the installed apps. So you register the new account, the new app that you just created, we'll call it account. So in this account, we'll not be using we'll not be setting up a model for this account. We'll just use the built-in Django user to create the simple user login and register functionality. So come to the account, we'll make a new file. We'll call it the urls.py. We'll go to the project in the urls.py. We include it here. So parts, account. So include account.urls. The essence of this is when you come to, for instance, you come to this URL, this part, and you say account. So and you say account.login. So by default, it's supposed to take you to the login functionality. So when you come to account.register, so it takes you to where you can register to become a user. When you click on the logout, it log you out of whatever you are doing and redirects you back to the home page. So that is the essence of this part that we just set here and this URL that we created. So we say from django.urls, we import the path. So we also need from .views, from .import, sorry. We need the views. Then we need the URL patterns. Which is a list of URLs. So we need the path. This will be the login. So we need the views.login, which we've not set up. So we also need the path of register, which is also the views.register, which we've not also set up. So we also need the path of log out, which is also views.log out, which we've not also set up. Now in the views.py, Now in the view.py, because we'll be using the Django default user, so we'll import the user from the auth.models. So say from django.contrib.auth.models, we import the user. Now we set up the functionality for the login. So dev login, we're taking the request. So let's just return render request. Then we need the account slash login.html. We'll do the same thing for the register. So also taking the request, the return render request account register dot html. So in order to give us an error, we just set up the logout. Pass in the request also. Just hit pass for now. So now that we have this account folder and this login.html file, we need to set up this account folder in the template. So come to the template, then we'll create a new folder called account. So we'll make a new file called login.html. We'll also make a new file within the account folder. We'll make a new file called register.html. Maybe as we progress along, we might just make a dashboard for the project. But for now, let's just stop at the login, the register.html files. So like I said, this is just the simple user way of, or the simple way of making users, of creating users, of logging user. And like I said in my project on Udemy, I actually have a more robust way of authenticating users with email. There is a more of customized user account method. So if you are interested in learning that part or that aspect of Django users, of creating users, creating super users from the models, you can register for the uh, for the project. So let's progress. Now we already have this HTML. So what we'll be doing, we'll just copy some of the code. Okay, let me just extend base.html. So block title, then you end block. So this is the login. We just call here login. So block content, then end block. So let me just copy whatever I have here into the register.html. Then we'll call it a register. Now, if we should come to this account.login, okay, then let me just set up, let me say h2 register. In the login also, h2 login. Now, if I come here, say login, okay, server is not running. Just need to run the server. Template does not, okay, sorry, is base, not pay, base. Here should also be base, not pay. Okay, now when you refresh, we're having the login. So when you come to the register as well, we're having the register. Now, what we want to achieve is we have the account. Then we have the index, we have the product, we have the product detail. So what do I need from here? Hmm, what do I need from here right now? Okay, let me just copy everything here. So I will get rid of most of the, and I paste it here. So this description I don't need. Get rid of this. Protest I don't need. This I don't need. So I'll get rid of this. Um, do I need this? I don't need this. So let me just say h2 login and see what to give us. Same thing. Okay, so I think, okay, let's just make the form. I actually need this as well. So I need this container, not container fluid. Div class container. Okay. Let me say h2 login and refresh. Okay, that's register. I need the login. login. Okay. But I want a situation where it will be at the middle. We will get that. So let's just create our form. Now we need to set up the form. Say form, the method will be post. So whenever you're using the post method in Django, you set up the CSRF token so it does not give an error. Now we need the div.form group dot form boss. These are just bootstrap classes. So what do we need? We need the input, which is test, and it will be username. The name will be username. We just use the simple validation method required. Same thing for password. So the type will be password. The name will be password. So the login form only needs the username. We'll be logging with the username and the password. Then I paste it here again. Get rid of this and say button. Type will be submit. We'll just say login. And the class of what? Class maybe btn empty btn team. Let's just refresh them. So we have the login, the now the placeholder. This is just a simple login form. So the placeholder here will be username, and the placeholder here will also be password. Password. I can say username. So when you refresh, so you click on this login, fill out this field. We are having that because of this required here. So the action, so whenever you click on login, the action should go to the URL of the login. So we just set up that URL login. So now that we have this form, so we can just say create an account, or click here to create an account. Or just simple create an account. me say create an account. So when you click on this, it takes you to the URL of the register. So when you refresh, okay, URL. Then you refresh on this. Reverse for logging out found. It's not available. So what this error means is in here we're supposed to set the name, which is login, the name which is register, and also the name which is log out. So when you refresh on this, now we have the excuse me, we have the simple username and the password. So when you say admin and password, but nothing will still happen. So same thing, this code, you can just copy this code and copy from here to the form and reuse it in the register. Okay, you can just copy everything since the register does not have any code yet. Let me get rid of this. They just a simple login and register form. So the method will also be post. So the action of this register will be register. Since we are using this post method, we'll also be using the CSRF token. Now, what we need is, let me just copy this into various places. We need the first name, we need the last name, and the username. So let me indent it properly. So the form group, we have the test. So here will be first name, the other one will be last name, this one will be username. So before the username, we have email. Sorry, after the username, we have email. So the input type will be email. The name will be email. Then after the email, we have password. Then confirm password. This will be password also. But the name will be confirm underscore password. So here will be confirm password. That is a placeholder. The placeholder is password for this. The email will be email. The username will be username. The last name will be last name. The first name also be first name. So like I said in my project on Udemy, we have a more robust login functionality where when a user register on our project, an email authentication email will be sent to the user to activate his email, so on and so forth. So, like I said, if you're interested in learning the more robust way of customizing users on Django, you can check the course up on Udemy. I will drop the link where you can actually get it at a discounted price that will run for some days. Now we have this setup. So if I should come to account and register, so we are having this. So instead of login now, we say register. So say register. So here will be have an account. Then you log in instead of here will now be login. Take you back to the login page if you already have an account. So on and so forth. Now that we have this setup, we can now set up the functionality for. So let's start with the user. So now that we have the user imported already, we also need to import the from Django.contrib import auth. So here we start with the condition that if request.method, because we are using post method, is equal to post, then from the form we're having, how do we have the names spelled out? We have first name. So we have first name is equal to request dot post first name. So we have last name request dot post last name. Then what else do we have? So you check from the form. We have username is equal to request dot post. Oh, sorry. Dot post username. We have email request dot post email. Then what else? We have password request dot post password. Then I can copy this and do it for confirm password. So now we set if password is equal to confirm password, then since we have this user, say if user dot object dot filter, sorry, dot object dot filter, then though would have set up the Django messages, but this is just a simple register functionality. Like I said, the project on Udemy has covers a lot of the user's setup. It has both the messages and everything, but they're just a simple e-commerce project. So I just want to teach you so that you understand how some Django projects actually work. So now username is equal to username dot exist. So we should just return redirect. So I think I have to import redirect from here. It should just take us to the login to the register page. The purpose of that message will just to tell us, okay, this username already exists. So that is for the username. So what else are we checking out for? We should check out for the email also. So if then we do the S, so now under the S we say if user dot object dot filter, now we filter with the email is equal to email dot exist. So we're supposed to return the error message that this email has been taken or email already exists. But let us just return redirect to register also. So once that is done, so I can say S user is equal to user dot object dot create user. So just create a user. Then we set the first name equal to first name, last name equals to last name, username equal to username, email is equal to email, password is equal to password. Then once the user has been created, it should redirect the user to, I think, to the home page. So let me just use the auth.login to the home page. Um, sorry, auth.login request user. Then it should redirect, it should redirect to the home page. Then you save this user. User.save. Okay, then once this condition is met, so instead of taking the user to the home page, you should just take the user back to the login so that user can log in with the details. Now, once that is done, S, you should return. So if the password is not equal to the confirmed password, you should return redirect the user to register. So if the request method is not equals to post, then S. Okay, from here, indent properly. So let's check it out. The code is running. Now I refresh. So I can say coding. The last name is school. The username is coding school. The email can be info2@info.com. The password can just be 123456. Confirm password 123456. So it's a got an unexpected argument, first name. So what we need to do is first underscore name. Um, first underscore name. First underscore name. So from the Django default user model, what we have is first underscore name, last underscore name. So when I refresh, So see that it has been created and it takes me back to the login page. So let's see if we can log in with that user and set coding school and the password that you created. So because we've not created the login functionality, now if we come to the admin panel, slash admin, so you log in with the admin and you set in the password, you input the password, sorry. Um, okay, let me go back to the home page and see if I can, or let me just open a new incognito window and say 12 slash admin. So you input your password. So if you come to this user, you can see that this user you just created is here, but it's not a staff user. Now you see the username, you see the first name, the last name, the email, and the username. So we'll be logging with the username. Now we have to set up the login functionality. So to do that, we'll go back to the URL in this login. So since the method is post, say if request dot method is equal to post. Oh, sorry. It's equal to post. Then from the form, we have username because we'll be logging with username. It's equal to request dot post username. Then we'll be logging with username and password. Request dot post password. So user is equal to auth dot authenticate the username is equal to username and password is equal to password. So now if user is not known, so you log into user or dot login request user. Then once the user is logging, you take the user back, you take the user to the home page, return redirect home s. So if these conditions are not met, you just ask the user to log in again, return redirect to the login page. So now that we have that, let's see if we can log in this user now. Okay, this has not been worked on. So log in. Okay, the error was from me. Sorry about that. I was entering the wrong URL. It's supposed to be account/login. Now we cannot log in with the user that we created with the password. So you see that it has been logged in and it has taken you to the home page. So what we need to do is from the navbar, we need to authenticate this. If the user is authenticated, we should show either the dashboard and log out. So we'll go back to the code. Then I think we have that in the base.html. Let me check the base.html. Okay, we don't have it here. Then where do we have it? Let me check the index.html. Okay, so in here we can say if request dot sorry. So this is where we have the login and the register. So we can just say if request dot user dot is authenticated, let's copy this and make here s. Let me just paste this. If request dot user is authenticated, let's show the dashboard and ask the user to log out. S, you should log in and register. So we need to indent this properly. That you press the Shift Alt F or you just right click, then you format document. Good. Now if we should refresh this, okay, having okay, after this S, then we end if. So it's asking us to log out and it's taking us to the dashboard. So to set up this log out functionality, I think we just set a form. We should just set a form for that instead of just setting the URL. So let me just quickly set this to login. Now that we are here, so URL login. Also do the same for the register. URL register. So this logout will use the JavaScript function to work on this logout instead of just setting the URL logout. So we'll not be doing this. We'll just use the JavaScript to just work on that logout. So to do that, I will just say JavaScript setting your column, then we need the document.get. We need to get the element by ID. So we'll call it call the ID log out dot submit. So here is the log out. Okay. Then we need to set the form. Let me see what it gives. The form will be post. So the action will go to the URL of logout. So since we're using the post method, we need to set our token, and the ID of the form would be logout. So the input will be hidden. So let me see. But nothing happened. So we need to set the logout functionality for. So we need to set out the logout functionality. So to do that, so let me get rid of this pass. So if request dot method is equal to post, then auth dot log out, just passing the request, then we return redirect to home page. So let's see, refresh. When you click on it, nothing actually happened. Okay, I think the problem is from the JavaScript code. Console.log. Okay, end of input. Okay. Okay, so I have to close this. Now let me refresh again and see. Okay, redirect missing argument to in the views.py. So now let's log in again. We have the coding school with the password that we created. Click on this log out now. Takes you back to the home page. Now you can log in and register. So that is that for this tutorial. So if you like the project, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, or you can subscribe to the YouTube channel and click the like button, so on and so forth. And if you're interested in learning about the advanced user customization, you can check my project up on Udemy. I will drop the link where you can actually get it at a discount price. Thank you.